Page 7. Think, doubt, and fail. Think victory and succeed. A young fiction writer talked with me recently about her writing ambitions. The name of one of the top writers in her field came up. Oh, she said, Mr. X is a wonderful writer, but of course I cannot be nearly as successful as he is. Her attitude disappointed me very much because I know the writer mentioned. He is not super intelligent, nor super perceptive, nor super anything else except super confident. He believes he is among the best, and so he acts and performs the best. He believes he is among the best, and so he acts and performs the best. It is well to respect the leader, learn from him, observe him, study him, but don't worship him. Believe you can surpass. Believe you can go beyond. Those who harbor the second best attitude are invariably second best doers. Those who harbor the second best attitude are invariably the second best doers. Look at it this way: belief is the thermostat that regulates what we accomplish in life. Study the fellow who is shuffling down there in mediocrity. He believes he is worth little, so he receives little. He believes he cannot do big things, and he does not. He believes he is unimportant, so everything he does has an unimportant mark. As time goes by, lack of belief in himself shows through in the way the fellow talks, walks, acts. Unless he readjusts his thermostat forward, he shrinks, grows smaller and smaller in his own estimation. And since others see in us what we see in ourselves, he grows smaller in the estimation of the people around him. And since others see in us what we see in ourselves, he grows smaller in the estimation of the people around him. Now look across the way at the person who is advancing forward. He believes he is worth much and he receives much. He believes he can handle big, difficult assignments and he does. Everything he does, the way he handles himself with people, his character, his thoughts, his viewpoints, all say, here is a professional, he is an important person. A person is a product of his own thoughts. Believe big, adjust your thermostat forward, launch your success offensive with honest, sincere belief that you can succeed. Believe big and grow big. Believe big and grow big. Several years ago, after addressing a group of businessmen in Detroit, I talked with one of the gentlemen who approached me, introduced himself, and said, I really enjoyed your talk. Can you spare a few more minutes? I would like very much to discuss a personal experience with you. In a few minutes, we were comfortably seated in a coffee shop waiting for some refreshments. I have a personal experience, he began, that ties in perfectly with what you said this evening about making your mind work for you instead of letting it work against you. I have never explained to anyone how I lifted myself out of the world of mediocrity, but I would like to tell you about it. And I would like to hear it, I said. Well, just 5 years ago, I was plodding along, just another guy working in the tool and die trade. I made a decent living by average standards, but it was far from ideal. Our home was much too small, and there was no money for those many things we wanted. My wife, bless her, did not complain much, but it was written all over her that she was more resigned to her fate than she was happy. Inside, I grew more and more dissatisfied. When I let myself see how I was failing my good wife and two children, I really hurt inside. But today, things are really different. My friends continued. Today, we have a beautiful new home on a 2 acre lot and a year round cabin a couple hundred miles north of here. There's no more worry about whether we can send the kids to a good college, and my wife no longer has to feel guilty every time she spends money for some new clothes. Next summer, the whole family is flying to Europe to spend a month's holiday. We are really living. How did this all happen? I asked. It all happened, he continued, When, to use the phrase you used tonight, I harnessed the power of belief. 5 years ago, I learned about a job with a tool and die company here in Detroit. We were living in Cleveland at that time. I decided to look into it, hoping I could make a little more money. I got here early on Sunday evening, but the interview was not until Monday. After dinner, I sat down in my hotel room, and for some reason, I got really disgusted with myself. Why? I asked myself. Am I just a middle class failure? Why am I trying to get a job that represents such a small step forward? I don't do this. I don't know to this day what prompted me to do it, but I took a sheet of hotel stationery and wrote down the names of 5 people I have known well for several years who had far surpassed me in the earning power and job responsibility. Two were former neighbors who had moved away to find subdivisions. Two others were fellows I had worked for, and the third was a brother in law. Next, again, I don't know what made me do this. I asked myself, what do my 5 friends have done that I don't have beside better jobs? I compared myself with them on intelligence, but I honestly could not see that they excelled in the brains department. Nor could I truthfully say they had me beat on education, integrity, or personal habits. Finally, I got down to another success quality one hears a lot about: initiative. Here, I hated to admit it, but I had to. On this point, my record showed I was far below that of my successful friends. It was now about 3 a.m., but my mind was astonishingly clear. I was seeing my weak point for the first time. I discovered that I had held back. I had always carried a little stick. I dug into myself deeper and deeper and found the reason I lacked initiative was because I did not believe inside that I was worth very much. I sat there the rest of the night just reviewing how lack of faith in myself had dominated me ever since I could remember. How I had used my mind to work against myself. I found I had been preaching to myself why I could not get ahead instead of why I could. I had been selling myself short. I found this streak of self depreciation showed through in everything I did. Then it dawned on me that no one else was going to believe in me until I believed in myself. No one else was going to believe in me until I believed in myself. Right then I decided I'm through feeling I'm through feeling second class. From here on I'm not going to sell myself short. Next morning I still had the confidence. During the job interview I gave my newfound confidence its first test. Before coming for the interview, I had hoped I would have courage to ask for a $750 or maybe even $1,000 more than my present job was paying. But now, after realizing I was a valuable man, I upped it to $3,500 and I got it. I sold myself because after that one long night of self analysis, I found things in myself that made me a lot more saleable. Within 2 years after I took that job, I had established a reputation as a fellow who can get business. Then we went into a recession. This made me still more valuable because I was one of the best business getters in the industry. The company was reorganized and I was given a substantial amount of stock plus a lot more pay. Believe in yourself and good things do start happening. Believe in yourself and good things do start happening. Your mind is a thought factory. It's a busy factory producing countless thoughts in one day. Production in your thought factory is under the charge of two foremen, one of whom we will call Mr. Triumph and the other Mr. Defeat. Mr. Triumph is in charge of manufacturing positive thoughts. He specializes in producing reasons why you can, why you are qualified, why you will. The other foreman, Mr. Defeat, produces negative, depreciating thoughts. He is your expert in developing reasons why you cannot, why you are weak, why you are inadequate. His specialty is the why you will fail chain of thoughts. Both Mr. Triumph and Mr. Defeat are intensely obedient. They snap to attention immediately. All you need to do is to signal either foreman is to give the slightest mental beck and call. If the signal is positive, Mr. Triumph will step forward and go to work. Likewise, the negative signal brings Mr. Defeat forward. To see how these two foremen work for you, try this example. Tell yourself, today is a lousy day. This signals Mr. Defeat into action and he manufactures some facts to prove you are right. He suggests to you that it's too hot or it's too cold. Business will be bad today, sales will drop, other people will be on the edge. You may get sick. Mr. Defeat is tremendously efficient. In just a few moments, he's got you sold. It's a bad day. Before you know it, it's a heck of a bad day. But tell yourself, today is a fine day, and Mr. Triumph is signaled forward to act. He tells you this is a wonderful day. The weather is refreshing, it's good to be alive. Today you can catch up on some of your work, and then it is a good day. In like fashion, Mr. Defeat can show you why you cannot sell to Mr. Smith. Mr. Triumph will show you that you can. Mr. Defeat will convince you that you will fail, while Mr. Triumph will demonstrate why you will succeed. Mr. Defeat will prepare a brilliant case against Tom, while Mr. Triumph will show you more reasons why you like Tom. Now, the more work you give either of these two foremen, the stronger he becomes. If Mr. Defeat is given more work to do, he adds personnel and takes up more space in your mind. Eventually, he will take over the entire thought manufacturing division, and virtually all thoughts will be of a negative nature. The only wise thing to do is to fire Mr. Defeat. You don't need him. You don't want him around telling you that you cannot or you are not up to it, you will fail, and so on. Mr. Defeat won't help you get where you want to go, so boot him out. Use Mr. Triumph 100% of the time. When any thought enters your mind, ask Mr. Triumph to go to work for you. He will show you how you can succeed. Between now and tomorrow at this time, another 11,500 new customers will have made their grand entry into the USA. Population is growing at a record rate. In the next 10 years, the increase is conservatively estimated at 35 million. That's equal to the present combined metropolitan population of our five biggest cities: New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Detroit, and Philadelphia. Imagine. New industries, new scientific breakthroughs, expanding markets all spell opportunity. This is good news. This is most wonderful time to be alive. This is most wonderful time to be alive. All signs point to a record demand for top level people in every field. People who have superior ability to influence others, to direct their work, to serve them in a leadership capacity. And the people who will fill these leadership positions are all adults or near adults right now. One of them is you. The guarantee of a boom is not, of course, a guarantee of personal success. Over the long pull, the United States has always been booming, but just a fast glance shows that millions and millions of people, in fact, majority of them struggle but don't really succeed. The majority of folks still plug along in mediocrity despite the record opportunity of the last 2 decades. And in the boom period ahead, most people will continue to worry, to be afraid, to crawl through life feeling unimportant, unappreciated, not able to do what they want to do. As a result, their performance will earn them pretty rewards, petty happiness. Those who convert opportunity into rewards, and let me say, I sincerely believe you are one of those, else you would rely on luck and not bother with this book, will be those wise people who will learn how to think themselves to success. Walk in. The door to success is open wider than ever before. Put yourself on record now that you are going to join that select group that is getting what it wants from life. Here is the first step towards success. It's a basic step, it cannot be avoided. Step 1: believe in yourself, believe you can succeed. Believe in yourself, believe you can succeed. How to develop the power of belief. Here are three guides to acquiring and strengthening the power of belief. Number one, think success, don't think failure. At work, in your home, substitute success thinking for failure thinking. When you face a difficult situation, think, I will win, not I will probably lose. When you compete with someone else, think, I'm equal to the best, not I'm outclassed. When opportunity appears, think, I can do it, never I cannot. Let the master thought, I will succeed, dominate your thinking process. Thinking success conditions your mind to create plans that produce success. Thinking failure does the exact opposite. Failure thinking conditions the mind to think other thoughts that produce failure. Failure thinking conditions the mind to think other thoughts that produce failure. Number two, remind yourself regularly that you are better than you think you are. Remind yourself regularly that you are better than you think you are. Successful people are not supermen. Successful people are not supermen. Success does not require super intellect, nor is there anything mystical about success. And success is not based on luck. Successful people are just ordinary folks who have developed belief in themselves and what they do. Never, yes, never sell yourself short. Never sell yourself short. Number three, believe big. The size of your success is determined by the size of your belief. Think little goals and expect little achievements. Think big goals and win big success. Remember this too, big ideas and big plans are often easier, certainly no more difficult than small ideas and small plans. Big ideas and big plans are often easier, certainly no more difficult than small ideas and small plans. Mr. Ralph J. Cordiner, chairman of the board of the General Electric Company, said this to a leadership conference. We need from every man who aspires to leadership for himself and his company a determination to undertake a personal program of self development. Nobody is going to order a man to develop. Whether a man lags behind or moves ahead in his specialty is a matter of his own personal application. This is something which takes time, work, and sacrifice. Nobody can do it for you. Nobody can do it for you. Mr. Cordiner's advice is sound and practical. Live it. Persons who reach the top rungs in business management, selling, engineering, religious work, writing, acting, and in every other pursuit get there by following consciously and continuously a plan of self development and growth. Any training program, and that's exactly what this book is, must do three things. It must provide content, the what to do. Second, it must supply a method, the how to do. And third, it must meet the acid test, that is, get results. The what of your personal training program for success is built on the attitudes and techniques of successful people. How do they manage themselves? How do they overcome obstacles? How do they earn the respect of others? What sets them apart from the ordinary? How do they think? The how of your plan for development and growth is a series of concrete guides of action. These are found in each chapter. These guides work. Apply them and see for yourself. What about the most important part of the training? Results. Wrapped up briefly, conscientious application of the program presented here will bring you success and on the scale that may now look impossible. Conscientious, wishing to do one's work or duty well and thoroughly. Broken down into its components, your personal training program for success will bring you a series of rewards the reward of deeper respect from your family, the reward of admiration from your friends and associates, the reward of feeling useful, of being someone, of having status, the reward of increased income and higher standard of living. Your training is self administered. There will be no one standing over your shoulder telling you what to do and how to do it. This book will be your guide, but only you can understand yourself. Only you can command yourself to apply this training. Only you can evaluate your progress. Only you can bring about that corrective action should you slip a little. In short, you are going to train yourself to achieve bigger and bigger success. You already have a fully equipped laboratory in which you can work and study. Your laboratory is all around you. Your laboratory consists of human beings. Your laboratory supplies you with every possible example of human action, and there is no limit to what you can learn once you see yourself as a scientist in your own lab. What's more, there is nothing to buy, there is no rent to pay, there are no fees of any kind. You can use this laboratory as much as you like for free. As director of your own laboratory, you will want to do what every scientist does: observe and experiment. Isn't it surprising to you that most people understand so little about why people act as they do, even though they are surrounded by people all their lives? Most people are not trained observers. One important purpose of this book is to help you train yourself to observe, to develop deep insight into human action. You will want to ask yourself questions like, why is John so successful and Tom just getting by? Why do some people have many friends and other people have only a few friends? Why will people gladly accept what one person tells them but ignore another person who tells them exactly the same thing? Once trained, you will learn valuable lessons just through the very simple process of observing. Here are two special suggestions to help you make yourself a trained observer. Select for special study the most successful and most unsuccessful person you know. Then, as the book unfolds, observe how closely your successful friend adheres to the success principles. Notice also how studying the two extremes will help you see the unmistakable wisdom of following the truths outlined in this book. Each contact you make with another person gives you a chance to see success development principles at work. Your objective is to make successful action habitual. Your objective is to make successful action habitual. The more we practice, the sooner it becomes second nature to act in the desired way. The more we practice, the sooner it becomes second nature to act in a desired way. Most of us have friends who grow things for a hobby, and we have all heard them say something like, "It's exciting to watch those plants grow. Just look how they respond to plant food and water. See how much bigger they are today than they were last week." To be sure, it is thrilling to watch what can happen when men cooperate carefully with nature. But it's not one tenth as fascinating as watching yourself respond to your own carefully administered through management program. It's fun to feel yourself growing more confident, more effective, more successful day by day, month by month. It's fun to feel yourself growing more confident, more effective, more successful day by day, month by month. Nothing, absolutely nothing in this life gives you more satisfaction than knowing you are on the road to success and achievement. And nothing stands as a bigger challenge than making the most of yourself. Page 20.